Hey, today I want to go over something called dimensional analysis, or a lot of people call it unit conversions. So, say for example, we have 30 feet. We want to change this to yards. And so, the way that I was taught in class, that we can do it all the time, is we know 30 feet divided by 1 should be the same thing as 30 feet. And now we want to multiply by something over something so that these feet can cancel out. So that means we have to put on the bottom, and we want to end up with yards, so we keep the yards on top. And now what we have to do is we have to put numbers to these. And so we know that 1 yard equals 3 feet. And so when we multiply these together, according to dimensional analysis, we can actually cancel these feet out, and we're just left with 30 times 1 yards over 3 times 1. We know that 30 is the same thing as 3 times 10 yards. And divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is just 1. So we could just cancel those out, because 1 times anything is itself. And they're left with 10 yards. And that's how you usually do it. But there are 2 ways to think about where it actually comes from. So first one is a ratio. Think of x yards that we want in the end over 30 feet. We want that. So we know a ratio has to be this again. It has to be yards on the top, and it has to be feet on the bottom to match these right here. The feet over feet, and the yards with the yards. So the way we do that, we know again that 1 yard is 3 feet. So here's what we're going to do. So in order to solve for x, we have to first get it by itself. So this means that we have to multiply by 30 on both sides. 30 divided by 30, that's the same thing as 1. So we can cancel those out. So multiply by 30. So now we're left with x yards equals, and now we have 30 times 1, so that should be 30. And we're still divided by 3. And so now what we have again, back where we're at. If you remember, we still have this 1 right here, and this is technically 1. This is exactly what we were doing before. So, hey, we're again, 30 divided by 3, that's 10. So now we have x is 10 yards. So that's another way to think about it, using proportions. But the final way that I would like to talk about is actually something really cool. So we know that 1 yard, again, that equals 3 feet. But here's what we do. How about let's divide by 3 feet on both sides. 3 feet divided by 3 feet. So here we're left with 1 yard over 3 feet equals, anything divided by itself is 1. Okay, that's nice. So with this unit conversions, we want to make sure that's going to equal something, kind of like the 1 yard equals 3 feet. So say let's go back again to 30 feet. In order to be equal each other, we need to make sure there's an equal sign. But that means 30 feet has to equal 30 feet. So how about we write 30 feet times 1? That's the same thing as 30 feet, so that's fine. But if you notice, we actually have 1 written in a weird way. So let's just replace that right there. So that's the same thing as 30 feet times 1 yard over 3 feet. And there we are again. So we know that this is going to be 30 over 3, and we have yards. And that equals 10 yards. And that is how it works.